Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, welcome Mohana and Vedang Hemang. Thank you for joining. Thank you for your sincerity. You join every day on time. Really good job. Thank you so much. So today it's already 8 and 1 minute past 8 since nobody joined yet. And I'm going to sing the Ashtakam, and then maybe Vedang, you can do the Sanskrit verses, and Mohana will do the English translation. Does it sound like a plan? Mohana, Vedang?
Sure.
Thank you. Mohana, will you read the English translations?
Sure, Mataji.
Awesome. So let's get started. I'm going to do the English, the Chaurashtakam, okay? I'll do a different tune today. Hare Krishna. Praje prasitam navanita chauram gopangananam chadukula chauram aneka janmarjita papa chauram chauragraganyam purusham namami Shri Radhikaya hridayasya chauram Navambudashyamalakanti chauram Padashritanam cha samasta chauram Chauragraganyam purusham namami Akinchani kritya padashritam ya Karoti bhikshum patigehahinam Kenapyaho bhishana chaurayitrik Drishtasruto vana jagatrayepi Yadiyanamapi haratya shesham Giri prasaranapi paparashin Ascharya rupo nanu chaurayidrik Drishtasruto vanamaya kadapi Dhanam cha manam cha tatendriyani Pranam charitva mama sarvameva Palayase kutra dhrutotya chaura Tvam bhakti damnasi maya niruddha Chinnatsi ghoram yamapasha bandham Bhinatsi bhimam pavapasha bandham Chinnatsi sarvasya samasta bandham Naivatmano bhakta kritam tu bandham Manmanase tamasarashi gore Karagrahe dukkamaye nibata Labhasvahe chaura hare chiraya Svachaurya doshochitam eva dandam Karagrahe vasa sada hridaya madhiye Madbhakti pasha dhrida bandhana nischalasan Tvam Krishna he pralaya koti sathantarepi Sarvasva chaura hridaya nahi mochayami Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Vraje prasidham Navanita Chauram Gopangananam Chadukula Chauram. Hare Krishna. Let's see. Aparna, you want to read the translation?
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
I offer my respectful obeisances to that foremost of thieves, who is famous in Braja as a butter thief, and he who steals the gopis' clothes, and who, for those who take shelter of him, steals the sins which have accrued over many lifetimes. I offer my respectful obeisances to the foremost of thieves, who steals Srimati Radhika's heart, who steals the dark luster of fresh rain cloud, and who steals all the sins and sufferings of those who take the shelter of his feet. He turns his surrendered devotees into paupers and wandering homeless beggar. Alas, such a fearsome thief has never been seen or heard of of all of all in all the three worlds. Mere utterance of his name purges one of the mountains of sins. Such an astonishingly wonderful thief I have never seen or heard of anywhere. O thief, having stolen my wealth, my honor, my senses, my life, and my everything, where can you run to? I have caught you with the rope of my devotion. You cut the terrible noose of Yamaraja, you sever the dreadful noose of material existence, and you slash everyone's material bondage, but you are unable to cut the knot of fastened by your own loving devotees. O stealer of my everything, O thief, today I have imprisoned you in the miserable prison house of my heart, which is very fearful due to the terrible darkness of my ignorance, and there for a very long time you will remain, receiving appropriate punishment for your crimes of thievery. O Krishna, thief of my everything, the noose of my devotion remaining forever tight, you will continue to reside in the prison house of my heart, because I will not release you for millions of eons. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Aparna. We'll now move on to Vedang, who will read the Sanskrit verses. Vraje prasidham.
Mataji, my friend Monica is here, so she wants to do it. So can I give the option to her?
Sure, you can. Go ahead, Veda. You said Varnika? Yes, Varnika. Go ahead. Oh, it's
Can
in.
you? Yeah.
Okay. Now you are attentive. Okay. Yes.
Shri Bhagavan Vacha Purtamulam Madashakam Ashvatam Prahur Avyayam Chandamsi Yasya Parani Yastam Vedasa Vedavet Adistrodvaham Prasyatas Tashashaka Guna Pravidra Vishila Prabhala Adishchamaganya Anusantatani Karmanubandhani Manishaloke Narupam Asyeha Tato Balapyate Nanto Nachade Nachi Sampratishta Ashvattam enam siviruda bulam asanga sastrena dridena chitva tatapadam tatparimargitavyam yasmin gatana nivartanti bhuyaha tammeva chadyam purusham papadya yattaha pravritta prasvitas purani nirmana moha chita sanga dosha atyatma nitya vinavritta kama Vanverva mukta sakatukka samya Gachanti mudapadam avyayam tat nadad pasyate suryo na shashanko na pavakaha yat gatva nanavartanti tattama paramam mama mamayvamso jivaloke jiva bhuta sanatanaha manasastani indriyani prakritistaनि karshati sariram yadavapnoti
यक्षापि युक्रामतीश्वरः गृहीत्वैतानि संयाति वायुर्गन्धान् वासयात् श्रोत्रं चक्षुस्पर्शनं च रसनं घ्राणमेव च अधिष्ठाय मनश्चायं विषयानुपसेवते उत्क्रामन्तं स्थितं वापि भुञ्जनं वा गुणान्वितं विमूढानानुपश्यन्ति पश्यन्ति ज्ञानचक्षुषः यतन्तो योगिनश्चैनं पश्यन्त्यात्मन्यवस्थितं यतन्तोऽप्याकृतात्मानो नैनं पश्यन्ति यसेतशः यतातिथ्यकदं तेजो जगत्भासते किलं यच्चन्द्रमसि यच्चाग्नो तत्तेजो विद्धि मामकम् गमविश्य च भूतानि तारयामहम् ओजसा पुष्णामि चौषादि सर्वाः सोमो भूत्वा रसात्मकः अहं वैश्वानरो भूत्वा प्राणिनां देहमाश्रितः प्राणापानसमायुक्तः पचाम्यन्नं चतुर्विधं सर्वस्य चाहं हृदि सन्निविष्टो मत्तः स्मृति ज्ञानमपोहनं च वेदैश्च सर्वैरहम् एव वेद्यो वेदान्तकृद्वेदविदेव चाहम् द्वाइमा पुरुषावलोके क्षरश्चक्षर एव च क्षरस्सर्वाणि भूतानि भूतस्थोऽक्षर उच्यते उत्तमः पुरुषस्त्वन्या परमात्मेति उदारतः यो लोकत्रयमविश्य बिभर्ति अव्यय ईश्वरः यस्मच्चरमतीतोऽहम् अक्षरादपि चोत्तमः अतोऽस्मि लोके वेदे च प्रथिता पुरुषोत्तमः यो मामेवमसम्मूढ जानति पुरुषोत्तमं स सर्वविद् भजते मां सर्वभावेन भारतः इति गुह्यं तमं शास्त्रम् इदं युक्तं मया नघ एतत् बुद्धिवा बुद्धिमान् स्यात् कृतकृतश्च भारतः.
Excellent reading, Varnika. Good job. Very nice. Now we'll give it to Mohana for reading the translations. Go ahead, Mohana.
Hare Krishna. The Yoga of the Supreme Person. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "It is said that there is an imperishable banyan tree that has its roots upward and its branches down, and whose leaves are the Vedic hymns. One who knows this tree is the knower of the Vedas. The branches of this tree extend downward and upward, nourished by three modes of material nature. The twigs are the objects of the senses. This tree also has roots going down, and these are bound to the fruitive actions of human society." Can you come down, Mataji? The real form of this tree cannot be perceived in this world. No one can understand where it ends, where it begins, and where its foundation is. But with determination, one must cut down this strongly rooted tree with the weapon of detachment. Thereafter, one must seek that place from which, having gone, one never returns, and their surrender to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, from whom everyone began and from whom everything has extended since time immemorial. Those who are free from false prestige, illusion, and false association, who understand the eternal, who are done with the material lust, and who are freed from the dualities of happiness and distress, and who, unbewildered, who and know how to surrender unto the Supreme Person, attain to that eternal kingdom. That supreme abode of mine is not illumined by the sun or moon, nor by fire or electricity. Those who reach it never returns to this material world. The living entities in this conditioned world are my eternal fragmental parts. Due to conditioned life, they are struggling very hard with the six senses, which include the mind. The living entity in the material world carries his different conceptions of life from one body to another, as the air carries aromas. Thus, he takes one kind of body and again quits it to take another. The living entity, thus taking another gross body, obtains a certain type of ear, eye, tongue, nose, and sense of touch, which are grouped about the mind. He thus enjoys a particular set of sense objects. The foolish cannot understand how a living entity can quit his body, nor they, can they understand what sort of body he enjoys under the spell of the modes of nature. But one whose eyes are trained in knowledge can see all this. The endeavoring transcendentalist who are situated in self-realization can see all this clearly. But those whose minds are not developed and who are not situated in self-realization cannot see what is taking place, though they may try. The splendor of the sun, which dissipates the darkness of this whole world, comes from me, and the splendor of the moon and the splendor of fire are also from me. I enter into each planet, and by my energy they stay in orbit. I became the moon and thereby supply the juice of life to all the vegetables. I am the fire of digestion in the bodies of all living entities, and I join with the air of life, outgoing and incoming, to digest the four kinds of foodstuffs. I am seated in everyone's heart, and from me come remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. By all the Vedas, I am to be known. Indeed, I am the compiler of Vedanta, and I am the compiler of Vedas. I am the knower of the Vedas. There are two classes of beings, the fallible and the infallible. In the material world, every living entity is fallible, and in the spiritual world, every living entity is called infallible. Besides these two, there is a greatest living personality, the Supreme Soul, the imperishable Lord Himself, who has entered the three worlds and is maintaining them. Because I am transcendental, beyond both the fallible and the infallible, and because I am the greatest, I am the celebrated both in the world and in the Vedas as that Supreme Person. Whoever knows me as the Supreme Personality of Godhead without doubting is the knower of everything. He therefore engages himself in full devotion services to me, O son of Bharata. This is the most confidential part of the Vedic scriptures, O sinless one, and it is disclosed now by me. Whoever understands this will become wise, and this endeavor will know perfection. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Thank you, Mohana, for reading. Nice reading, nice reciting. Aparna, Varnika, and Mohana. Thank you. We'll now do Sikshashtakam again. Share my screen. Cheto darpanamarjanam bhavamahadavagni nirvapanam Shreya kairava chandrika vitaranam vidyavadhu jivanam Anandambudivardhanam Pratipadam Purnamrita Swadanam Sarvatma Snapanam Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam Nam Namakari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shaktis Tatrarpita Niyamita Smaranena Kalaha Etadrishi tava kripa bhagavan mamapi Durdaivamidrisham iha janina anuragaha Rinadapi sunichena tarorapi sahishnuna Amanina manadena kirtaniya sada harihi Na dhanam na janam न सुन्दरीं कवितां वा जगदीश कामये मम जन्मनि जन्मनीश्वरे भवताद् भक्तिरहैतुकी त्वयि अयि नन्दतनुजा किङ्करं पतितं मां विषमे भवाम्बुद कृपया तव पाजपङ्कज स्थितधूलिसदृशं विचिन्तया नयनं गलदश्रुधारया वदनं गद्गदरुद्धया गिरा पुलकैर्निचितं वपु कदा तव नाम ग्रहणे भविष्यति युगायितं निमिषेण चक्षुषा प्रवृषायितं शून्यायितं जगत्सर्वं गोविन्दविरहेण मे आश्लिष्य वा पादरतां पिनष्टु माम् अदर्शनान् मर्महतां करोतु वा यथा तथा वा विदधातु लम्पटो मत्प्राणनाथस्तु एव मत्प्राणनाथस्तु स एव नापरः प्रभुरा शिक्षाष्टकश्लोक एयि पडे शुने कृष्णे प्रेमा भक्तितारा बाडे दिने दिने हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Glory to the Sri Krishna Sankirtana, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life, of repeated birth and death. This Sankirtana movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of transcendental knowledge. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss and it enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious. O my Lord, your holy name alone can render all benediction to living beings, and thus you have hundreds and millions of names, like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names, you have invested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. O my Lord, out of kindness, you enable us to easily approach you by your holy names, but I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them. One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than the straw in the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want causeless devotional service, birth after birth. O son of Maharaja Nanda, Krishna, I am your eternal servitor. Yet, somehow or other, I have fallen into the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of the atoms at your lotus feet. O my Lord, when will my eyes be decorated with tears of love flowing constantly when I chant your holy name? When will my voice choke up? And when will the hairs of my body stand on end at the recitation of your name? O Govinda, feeling your separations, I'm considering a moment to be like 12 years or more. Tears are flowing from my eyes like torrents of rain, and I'm feeling all vacant in the world in your absence. I know no one but Krishna as my Lord, and he shall remain so even if he handles me roughly by his embrace or makes me broken-hearted by not being present before me. He is completely free to do anything and everything, for he is always my worshipful Lord unconditionally. If anyone recites or hears these 8 verses of instruction by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his ecstatic love and devotion for Krishna increase day by day. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you all for joining. We'll close the call for today and we'll see you all again tomorrow. Like as I said, I'll not be probably joining tomorrow, Sunday and Monday. So whoever joins, please